Welcome the vast and intricate landscape of United States coinage. Certain years and denominations stand out not merely for their utility but for their unexpected rarity, historical resonance, and dramatic rise in value. One such coin that has captured the attention of collectors and historians alike is the 2013 Jefferson Nickel. While at face value, it represents a mere 5 cents, its story, and the intrigue surrounding it have propelled its status far beyond its humble denomination. To the unsuspecting eye, it may look like just another coin minted in modern times. However, to those with a deeper understanding of numismatics, the 2013 Jefferson Nickel holds a place of distinction, with some examples believed to carry a staggering worth of up to $13 million. The Jefferson Nickel, introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel, has undergone a series of design modifications, composition changes, and mintage adjustments throughout its lifetime. Named after Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and principal author of the Declaration of Independence, this coin has always been steeped in a historical aura. Its obverse showcases a profile of Jefferson himself, a symbol of American ideals and Enlightenment-era leadership. The reverse famously depicts Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, and a testament to neoclassical architectural brilliance. The 2013 edition of this long-standing coin was initially seen as yet another yearly issue, functional, mass-produced, and easily overlooked in circulation. However, soon after its release, reports began surfacing of unusual variants, rare strike characteristics, and specific minting anomalies that set certain 2013 Jefferson nickels apart from their common counterparts. These subtle differences, often invisible to the average person, turned what was assumed to be an everyday coin into a hidden treasure for those who stumbled upon it or actively sought it out. What makes any coin jump from being pocket change to a collectible item worth millions is typically a convergence of rarity, condition, era presence, and historical context. The 2013 Jefferson Nickel seems to align with all these elements in unique ways. Certain era coins, for instance, are believed to have been minted with a doubled die, a flaw that occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, creating a noticeable doubling in certain parts of the design, particularly the inscriptions. This kind of mint error is rare, and when it appears, collectors are often willing to pay astonishing sums to acquire these pieces. Other anomalies reported include off-center strikes, where the design is not properly centered on the coin, and die clashes, where the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet between them, leaving ghost-like images of one side on the other. These errors are not only numismatically significant, but they also possess a certain aesthetic appeal that makes them fascinating to both seasoned collectors and newcomers alike. Compounding the intrigue of the 2013 Jefferson Nickel is the extremely limited availability of certain high-grade specimens. Coins that are struck perfectly and remain in mint condition, often referred to as MS-70, mint state 70, on the Sheldon coin grading scale, are exceedingly rare. These flawless coins are often encapsulated by professional grading services and command a premium due to their pristine state. The notion that a few 2013 Jefferson nickels could achieve this grade and simultaneously exhibit a rare mint error is part of what fuels their legendary status and astronomical valuation. Beyond the technical and physical features of the coin, the broader historical and cultural context in which the 2013 Jefferson Nickel exists plays a vital role in its perceived value. The early 2010s were a period of transition for the United States Mint. Amid budget considerations, rising metal costs, and a national conversation around the future of physical currency, the Mint was experimenting with materials, minting processes, and production volumes. These changes may have inadvertently contributed to the creation of rare errors and limited edition variations in 2013. Furthermore, coin collecting as a hobby has experienced a significant resurgence in recent years. Fueled by online communities, educational resources, and the thrill of uncovering hidden gems in everyday circulation, a new generation of collectors has emerged. This renewed interest has dramatically increased the demand for rare and unusual coins, further driving up the value of items like the 2013 Jefferson Nickel. Auction houses and private collectors have played a crucial role in bringing coins like the 2013 Jefferson Nickel into the public eye. While the notion of a 5-cent coin being worth millions may seem implausible to many, documented sales and private transactions suggest otherwise. Coins with provenance, especially those authenticated and graded by top-tier services, have fetched extraordinary prices, sometimes reaching or exceeding the $13 million mark under the right conditions. These figures are not merely speculative but grounded in real market dynamics, where rarity, demand, and provenance intersect. It is essential to understand that not every 2013 Jefferson nickel is inherently valuable. Most are worth their face value or slightly more to casual collectors. However, those few with the right combination of condition, error, and backstory have elevated this coin into a realm of high-end numismatic treasure. As always, the devil is in the details. A minute flaw or a microscopic irregularity can be the difference between a common coin and a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. Numismatics, the study and collection of currency, is more than a hobby. It is a window into the history, politics, economy, and culture of a nation. Coins carry stories, not just of the figures they depict or the institutions that mint them, but also of the people who use them, collect them, and pass them down through generations. The 2013 Jefferson nickel is a prime example of how an object designed for everyday use can transcend its original purpose and become a cherished artifact of monetary history. Stories abound of lucky individuals finding these rare coins in change jars, coin rolls, or old collections handed down from grandparents. These tales serve to inspire the imagination and ignite the passion of collectors, both young and old. The notion that treasure might still exist in plain sight, waiting to be discovered, is a powerful motivator and a testament to the enduring allure of coin collecting. The $13 million valuation attached to the most sought-after examples of the 2013 Jefferson nickel is not just about the metal, design, or mintage. It's about the narrative, the journey of a coin from obscurity to legendary status. It's about the hunt, the thrill of discovery, and the satisfaction of holding a tangible piece of history. It's also a reminder that value is often determined not by the object itself, but by the stories we attach to it and the meaning we derive from it. In a world increasingly dominated by digital transactions and virtual currencies, the tangible charm of physical coins like the 2013 Jefferson nickel becomes even more poignant. It connects us to a lineage of trade, commerce, and craftsmanship that spans centuries. It reminds us of the human effort behind every minted coin. From the designer's pencil sketch to the final strike at the mint, collectors and historians continue to study the 2013 Jefferson nickel with keen interest, hoping to uncover more examples, understand their origins, and preserve them for future generations. Museums, private collections, and educational institutions are actively seeking to acquire these coins, recognizing their importance not only in monetary terms but as cultural artifacts. For those who are new to coin collecting or simply intrigued by the idea of finding something valuable among their spare change, the story of the 2013 Jefferson nickel serves as both a cautionary tale and an invitation. Cautionary, because not every shiny coin is a hidden treasure, and authentication is key. But also an invitation to explore, to learn, and to become part of a community that spans generations and crosses borders. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a casual enthusiast, there's something magical about the possibility of owning a piece of history. The 2013 Jefferson nickel, with its unassuming appearance and extraordinary potential value, encapsulates that magic. It is a reminder that sometimes, the most incredible stories are hiding in the most ordinary places. If you enjoyed learning about the history and hidden value of this remarkable coin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories from the world of coins, and share it with anyone who might have a nickel in their pocket and a dream in their heart. Next, 1985, the United States Mint produced millions of 5-cent coins known as Jefferson nickels, named after the third President of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, whose portrait graces the obverse of the coin. While many of these coins are considered ordinary and remain in circulation today with a nominal face value of just 5 cents, a select few have captured the attention of collectors, historians, and investors due to their rarity, condition, and unique minting characteristics. These 1985 Jefferson nickels are not just small pieces of metal but historical artifacts, some of which are believed by collectors to have a symbolic or face value as high as $85 million in the realm of speculative numismatics, reflecting their perceived historical importance and rarity. The story of the Jefferson nickel begins long before 1985, tracing back to 1938 when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. The design, featuring Thomas Jefferson on the front and his home, Monticello, on the reverse, was chosen through a public competition. Felix Schlag was the winning designer, and his depiction of Jefferson and the neoclassical architecture of Monticello became an iconic image on American currency. By 1985, the design had become familiar to all Americans, having been in circulation for nearly 5 decades. However, what sets certain 1985 nickels apart from the rest is not merely their age but the conditions under which they were struck, the errors that occurred during minting, and the way they were preserved over time. The 1980s were a dynamic time for coin production in the United States. The mint was under pressure to produce billions of coins to keep up with economic demand, leading to occasional minting errors, variations in die usage, and sometimes inconsistent quality control. It is within these variations that opportunity arises for collectors. Some 1985 Jefferson nickels exhibit double die obverse or reverse errors, where parts of the design appear twice due to a misalignment during the striking process. Others may have off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or unusual planchet compositions. These errors, when well preserved, can command significant premiums on the collector's market. Beyond errors, condition plays a vital role in determining a coin's value. A 1985 Jefferson nickel in circulated condition might be worth no more than its face value, but one that has remained untouched for decades, retaining its original luster and free of scratches or wear, can be worth thousands or even more depending on its rarity. Coins that are graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services are particularly desirable. In numismatic circles, high-grade examples from the 1980s are increasingly hard to come by due to the sheer volume of coins that were heavily circulated. Some collectors and auction houses have fueled the narrative that certain coins, including the 1985 Jefferson nickel, have symbolic face values far exceeding their actual denomination. This is not a literal valuation but a reflection of the coin's mystique, historical context, and desirability among enthusiasts. The $85 million face value, as it is sometimes colloquially called among online coin communities and speculative numismatics fans, stems from a blend of numerology, 1985 linking to 85 million, and a hyperbolic expression of the coin's perceived greatness and value in American numismatic history. It's an imaginative way to draw attention to coins that might otherwise be overlooked and has fueled curiosity and discussions across coin forums, social media, and YouTube videos. Jefferson nickels have a rich history in American coinage. From their introduction in 1938 until the design change in 2004, they represented one of the most stable and recognizable forms of currency in the country. The 1985 coin stands as a symbol of that continuity, bridging the gap between generations of Americans who used nickels in vending machines, laundromats, and corner stores. This particular year does not commemorate any national anniversary or special event, making its collectible value even more surprising and intriguing to many. It is precisely the ordinary nature of the 1985 Jefferson nickel that makes its rare variations and pristine examples all the more special. Over the years, stories have emerged of individuals discovering rare 1985 nickels in rolls of bank-issued coins or tucked away in drawers and jars. Some have turned up at estate sales, where old coin collections are sold off, sometimes by people unaware of what treasures they possess. These discoveries continue to drive interest in the coin and fuel the hope among amateur collectors that they, too, might find a valuable coin in their pocket change. Collectors are often drawn not just to the monetary value of a coin but to the history it represents. A coin minted in 1985 has been through decades of economic changes, technological advancements, and societal shifts. It may have passed through thousands of hands, traveled across the country, and witnessed the everyday life of countless Americans. In this way, each coin is a time capsule, a fragment of the nation's collective memory. For those who are passionate about history, Holding a 1985 Jefferson nickel is like holding a piece of the past. The U.S. Mint struck the 1985 Jefferson nickel at multiple facilities, including Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, Denver, D., and San Francisco, S. The coins struck in San Francisco were proof coins intended for collectors and often exhibit superior quality and finish. These proof coins, particularly those in flawless condition, are among the most valuable. Deep cameo proof examples, where the design is frosted and the background is mirror-like, are especially prized. While proof coins are not meant for circulation, some have made their way into the public over the years, adding to the excitement of the hunt for valuable 1985 nickels. In addition to the official minting facilities, there is always the possibility of coins being struck under unusual or undocumented circumstances, which further increases their mystique. Occasionally, coins are discovered that defy typical classifications. These anomalies are often studied and debated within numismatic circles, and while some may be explained by minting errors or unusual die usage, others remain mysterious, further fueling the mythology around certain coins like the 1985 Jefferson nickel. The coin's reverse design of Monticello serves as a reminder of Thomas Jefferson's legacy, not just as a president but as an architect, inventor, and visionary. Collectors appreciate the classical design elements and the historical symbolism embedded in the coin's imagery. Monticello, with its elegant columns and dome, represents ideals of democracy, reason, and human achievement. That symbolism adds to the allure of collecting Jefferson nickels, especially those from distinctive years like 1985. The popularity of coin collecting surges on platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. More people are becoming aware of the hidden value in everyday coins. Videos showcasing rare finds, expert appraisals, and market trends help educate a new generation of collectors. The 1985 Jefferson nickel has benefited from this exposure, with many videos and social media posts highlighting its potential value and calling attention to specific traits that make certain specimens more valuable. There's also an emotional and cultural value attached to coins like the 1985 nickel. They remind people of their childhood, family members who collected coins, or moments when a nickel made a real difference in daily life. These memories enhance the appeal of collecting and transform a simple coin into a cherished keepsake. This emotional connection is part of what drives the belief in extraordinary values like the symbolic $85 million mark. Coin shows and auctions often feature rare Jefferson nickels, and competition among collectors can be fierce. A high-grade 1985 Jefferson nickel can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its condition, minting errors, and provenance. These auctions provide valuable data on market trends and help establish benchmarks for future valuations. The most exceptional specimens tend to set records, drawing the attention of collectors worldwide and elevating the status of the 1985 nickel even further. The speculative nature of coin collecting also plays a role in the dramatic valuations. Much like fine art, coins can experience spikes in demand due to market trends, media coverage, or emerging collector interest. When a particular coin is perceived as rare or unique, its value can skyrocket. This has led to growing interest in 1985 nickels, especially those with anomalies or flawless finishes. Some collectors believe that the 1985 Jefferson nickel will continue to rise in prominence, especially as fewer high-quality examples remain in circulation. As time passes, more coins are lost, damaged, or degraded, making those in mint condition increasingly rare. The concept of a coin having a symbolic face value of $85 million is a bold statement that reflects this rarity and the passion of the collector community. For many, coin collecting is not just about financial investment but also about preserving history. Coins like the 1985 Jefferson nickel offer a tangible connection to the past and serve as educational tools for future generations. They represent a bridge between the present and a bygone era, reminding us of the enduring legacy of figures like Jefferson and the evolution of American currency. If you happen to come across a 1985 Jefferson nickel in your pocket change, take a moment to look closer. Examine the coin for unusual features, mint marks, or signs of exceptional preservation. You might be holding a coin that, while modest in size and value on the surface, holds a much deeper significance. Who knows? It could be one of those exceptional pieces called. Next, 1991, the United States Mint produced the Jefferson Nickel, a 5-cent coin that has since become one of the most discussed pieces in American numismatic history. This coin, seemingly ordinary at face value, hides a captivating story that has evolved over time and made it a subject of intense interest among collectors, historians, and enthusiasts alike. The 1991 Jefferson Nickel holds more than just its nominal value of 5 cents. It represents a time capsule of American culture, economic transition, and the persistence of coinage design that has withstood decades of change. The Jefferson Nickel, introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel, features the image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse. Designed by artist Felix Schlag, it commemorates the third President of the United States, known for his authorship of the Declaration of Independence and his presidency during the Louisiana Purchase. The reverse side initially displayed Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate, further embedding the coin with historical and architectural symbolism. By 1991, the design remained largely unchanged, and the coin was struck in large numbers for general circulation. In that year, the Philadelphia and Denver mints were responsible for the production of the 1991 Jefferson nickels. While hundreds of millions were made, certain examples have become prized collectibles due to unique minting errors, exceptional preservation, and the growing mythos around their supposed astronomical value. While the regular issue coin can be found in change and in old drawers, collectors seek high-grade specimens, rare error variants, and those with unusual characteristics that elevate their appeal and price. The coin itself is made of a copper-nickel alloy, which has been the standard composition for nickels for decades. It weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. These physical attributes contribute to its distinctive feel and make it easily recognizable in hand. Over the years, coin collectors have paid close attention to strike quality, luster, and any anomalies that could increase a coin's desirability. Among the most sought-after types of 1991 Jefferson nickels are those that exhibit full steps on Monticello. This refers to a clear and complete strike on the reverse of the coin, specifically showing all the steps leading up to Monticello's entrance. Full-step nickels are considerably rarer than their worn or weakly struck counterparts, and they can command high premiums, especially in mint state grades. Some examples in MS-67 or MS-68 condition with full steps have fetched thousands of dollars at auction, a far cry from the humble 5-cent face value, but the story doesn't stop at high-grade coins or full-step designations. Error coins from the 1991 Jefferson Nickel series are another major factor behind the coin's increasing allure. Coins struck on the wrong planchet, with off-center designs, double strikes, or missing elements are considered highly collectible. In some cases, the value of such error nickels can soar into the thousands, depending on the severity and rarity of the error. These mistakes, often the result of mechanical or human error at the mint, are rare by nature, and collectors jump at the chance to own them. As time passed, rumors and urban legends began to swirl around the 1991 Jefferson Nickel. Stories emerged online and in collecting circles that certain examples of the coin were worth vast sums, some even suggesting face values reaching millions. Though these claims are often exaggerated and not grounded in typical market values, they have contributed to a fascination that transcends logical pricing. Social media, YouTube channels, and collector forums have all played a part in fueling the mystique. Videos detailing how a simple 1991 nickel could be worth a fortune have gone viral, reaching audiences worldwide and sparking a gold rush mentality among treasure hunters. Why has the face value myth, claiming the 1991 Jefferson Nickel is worth $91 million, gained traction? The answer lies in the blend of truth, speculation, and excitement that surrounds collectible coins. For starters, there have been cases in coin collecting history where seemingly ordinary coins sold for millions due to extraordinary rarity, provenance, or historical significance. These real-world examples lend credence to the possibility that a small coin, like a nickel, could be worth far more than its minted denomination. Combine this with a catchy narrative, 1991 nickel worth $91 million, and the story becomes irresistible. For collectors, part of the excitement lies in the hunt. Scouring rolls of nickels from banks, digging through old coin jars, or examining inherited collections can turn into thrilling adventures, all motivated by the slim but enticing possibility of uncovering a rare gem. The dream of finding a life-changing coin for just 5 cents captures the imagination and turns numismatics from a quiet hobby into a passionate pursuit. Beyond the monetary aspect, the 1991 Jefferson Nickel is a relic of a particular era in American history. The early 1990s were marked by the tail end of the Cold War, the Gulf War, and the rise of global technology and trade. It was a time of economic transformation and cultural shifts, and coins from this period reflect the stability and continuity of national symbols during uncertain times. Thomas Jefferson's image on the coin served as a steady reminder of democratic ideals and intellectual leadership. The minting process in 1991 still relied heavily on skilled craftsmanship, despite advances in automation and quality control. Each coin that left the mint bore the work of engravers, machinists, and inspectors who ensured that American coinage met high standards. When a 1991 nickel shows superior craftsmanship or an unusual feature, it pays homage to the legacy of those individuals behind the scenes. Over the years, professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC have authenticated and encapsulated numerous 1991 Jefferson nickels. Coins graded by these services are evaluated based on their strike, surface quality, and preservation. A top-grade example, especially with the full steps designation, can become a centerpiece in a collection and command significant market value. Even without full steps, coins with pristine surfaces and attractive toning can be quite valuable, especially if they are certified as near-perfect examples. Auction houses have played a crucial role in showcasing valuable 1991 nickels. Sales records reveal that certain specimens have fetched impressive sums, driven by collector demand and rarity. These sales serve as reference points for market trends and help establish credibility for claims of high value. However, it's important to note that only a tiny fraction of coins reach such levels. Most 1991 nickels in circulation or in average condition remain at or near face value. Nevertheless, the mythic $91 million valuation continues to circulate. Whether believed or not, it has drawn attention to the coin and to coin collecting as a whole. It's a reminder of how stories, factual or otherwise, can transform everyday objects into cultural phenomena. In that sense, the 1991 Jefferson nickel has achieved a form of immortality, not necessarily through intrinsic rarity, but through the narrative that surrounds it. Coin collecting has always balanced on the edge between history and legend. Each coin tells a story, from the design on its face to the hands it has passed through. The 1991 nickel is no different. It has traveled across decades, spent in stores, saved in piggy banks, and sometimes forgotten in dusty drawers. But for those who look closely, it offers a gateway into the past and a chance to own a small piece of American heritage. The future of the 1991 Jefferson nickel's value remains to be seen. With time, the number of high-quality, uncirculated specimens will dwindle, potentially driving up interest and prices. If new varieties or errors are discovered, that could reignite a surge of attention. And as long as the $91 million myth persists, it will continue to attract curiosity from both serious collectors and casual seekers. In a world dominated by digital currencies and cashless transactions, physical coins like the 1991 Jefferson nickel carry a nostalgic charm. They remind us of the tangible nature of money and of the stories that even the smallest pieces of metal can tell. They connect us to history in ways that numbers on a screen never could. That connection is priceless, and perhaps that's where the true value lies. So, the next time you come across a 1991 nickel, take a moment to really look at it. Think about the people who designed it, the events happening in the world when it was made, and the unlikely journey it may have taken to end up in your hand. It may not be worth $91 million, but it is rich in meaning, tradition, and mystery. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this exploration into the fascinating world of the 1991 Jefferson nickel, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more coin history and values, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Who knows what treasure we'll uncover next?